Picture this. You're standing in your kitchen, proud of yourself for choosing what you believe is a healthy meal. The vegetables on your cutting board represent your commitment to better health. But what if I told you that some of these seemingly innocent vegetables could be secretly working against your efforts to manage your diabetes? I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and today we're going to explore a topic that might challenge everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. Take a moment to feel the weight of this revelation. You can probably recall times when your blood sugar readings didn't make sense even though you were eating right. That frustration, that confusion, it ends today. Close your eyes and imagine having complete confidence in every food choice you make, knowing exactly how it will affect your body. That's the power of the knowledge we're about to share. The sound of a glucose meter beeping with high readings despite your best efforts. It's a sound that's all too familiar to many of you. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today, we're diving deep into the science behind why certain vegetables, despite their health halo, might be sabotaging your blood sugar control. I want you to really visualize this journey we're about to embark on together. Think of it as unlocking a door to better health, one vegetable at a time. The information you're about to learn could dramatically change how you approach your daily meals, and ultimately, how you feel every single day. First, let me share a story about my patient Tom. A dedicated father of 3, Tom had been struggling with his diabetes management for years. He exercised regularly, ate what he thought was a healthy diet rich in vegetables, yet his A1C remained stubbornly high. The frustration was written all over his face during every visit. "Doc," he'd say, his voice heavy with disappointment, "I'm doing everything right. What am I missing?" The answer lay in some surprising places, right there in his vegetable drawer. And what we discovered together changed everything for Tom. Today, his blood sugar readings are the best they've been in 5 years. And more importantly, he feels in control again. You can hear the confidence in his voice now when he talks about managing his diabetes. But before we dive into our list of 7 vegetables that might be affecting your blood sugar more than you realize, we need to understand some fundamental concepts. Don't worry, I'll break down the science into simple, practical information you can use right away. Think of your body's blood sugar response like a roller coaster. Some foods send you racing to the top quickly, only to come crashing down just as fast. Others give you a gentler, more manageable ride. The key is knowing which is which, and that's exactly what we're going to explore together. Let's talk about the glycemic index, GI. But wait, don't tune out just because it sounds technical. Imagine it as a traffic light system for your food choices. High GI foods are like red lights for your blood sugar. They make it stop and spike dramatically. Low GI foods are green lights. They let your blood sugar flow smoothly without any jarring interruptions. You might be wondering, but how can vegetables be bad for diabetes? Aren't they supposed to be healthy? That's exactly the kind of assumption that can lead us astray. While vegetables are indeed crucial for good health, not all of them affect your blood sugar the same way. Just like how different types of exercise affect your body differently, various vegetables can have vastly different impacts on your blood sugar levels. And remember, this journey we're on together isn't about restriction. It's about empowerment. Every time you choose a blood sugar-friendly vegetable over one that spikes your glucose, you're taking control of your health story. You're writing a new chapter, one meal at a time. Before we wrap up, I want you to imagine yourself 3 months from now. Picture checking your blood sugar readings and seeing stable, healthy numbers. Feel the surge of pride and relief that comes with that achievement. Hear the encouraging words from your healthcare provider as they review your improved A1C results. That future is possible, and it starts with the choices you make today. Remember, knowledge isn't just power, it's freedom. The freedom to make informed choices about your health, the freedom to enjoy your meals without anxiety, and the freedom to live your best life with diabetes. As you implement these changes, you'll not only see the difference in your numbers, but feel it in your energy levels, your mood, and your overall well-being. I'd love to hear about your experiences with these vegetables and how making changes to your diet has affected your blood sugar control. Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based diabetes management strategies. Together, we're building a community of informed, empowered individuals who are taking charge of their health, one vegetable at a time. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. Until next time, this is Dr. Sarah Mitchell, reminding you that your health journey is unique, and you have the power to shape it. Stay mindful, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay hopeful. Your best health is ahead of you, not behind you. Now, let's dive deeper into each of these challenging vegetables and discover how they affect your body, along with delicious alternatives that won't spike your blood sugar. I want you to feel empowered with this knowledge, knowing that every choice you make is informed by solid science and real-world experience. Let's start with potatoes, that seemingly innocent vegetable that finds its way onto dinner plates across America. Close your eyes for a moment and think about a steaming baked potato, topped with all the fixings. Sounds harmless, right? But here's what's actually happening in your body when you eat that potato. Your digestive system breaks down the starches so quickly, it's almost like injecting pure glucose into your bloodstream. In fact, Sarah, another patient of mine, discovered this the hard way. Sarah was a talented home chef who prided herself on making healthy meals for her family. "I switched from French fries to baked potatoes," she told me during one of our sessions, her voice tinged with frustration. "I thought I was doing everything right." When we looked at her continuous glucose monitor readings together, the spikes after her potato-based meals were impossible to ignore. The data showed her blood sugar climbing as high as if she'd eaten a candy bar. But here's the beautiful thing about Sarah's story. It didn't end with frustration. Together, we discovered the wonderful world of cauliflower. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cauliflower doesn't sound nearly as appealing as a potato, but let me paint you a picture of what's possible. Picture a perfectly roasted cauliflower steak, seasoned with herbs and spices, its edges caramelized to a golden brown. Or imagine cauliflower mashed with roasted garlic and a touch of grass-fed butter, so creamy and satisfying you won't believe. It's not potatoes. The transformation in Sarah's health was remarkable. Within just 3 weeks of making this single change, her fasting blood sugar levels dropped by 20 points. But more importantly, listen to how she described how she felt. "It's like a fog lifted. I have so much more energy throughout the day. I'm not getting those mid-afternoon crashes anymore." Let's move on to corn, another vegetable that might be sabotaging your blood sugar control. Think about the last time you bit into a sweet, juicy ear of corn on the cob. That sweetness you taste, that's your first clue about its impact on your blood sugar. Corn has been selectively bred over generations to be sweeter and sweeter. And while that makes it delicious, it also makes it potentially problematic for people managing diabetes. I remember working with Michael, a high school football coach, who couldn't figure out why his blood sugar readings were so erratic during the summer months. As we discussed his diet, a pattern emerged. His family's tradition of weekly barbecues always included corn on the cob. "But it's a vegetable," he protested, his voice rising with disbelief. The look on his face when we tested his blood sugar, before and after eating corn, told the whole story. Together, we found alternatives that could still make those family barbecues special. We discovered that grilled zucchini, seasoned with the same butter and spices he used on his corn, could be just as satisfying. The best part? Michael's blood sugar remained stable, and he actually found he had more energy to demonstrate plays to his team during evening practices. Now, let's talk about sweet pumpkin varieties. When autumn rolls around, it seems like everything turns pumpkin-flavored. You can probably smell that warm, sweet pumpkin spice aroma right now. But for people with diabetes, this seasonal favorite can be tricky to navigate. The natural sugars in pumpkin, especially in the sweeter varieties, can have a significant impact on blood glucose levels. Jennifer, an elementary school teacher and devoted pumpkin enthusiast, learned this lesson during her first fall season after being diagnosed with diabetes. "Halloween and Thanksgiving were my favorite times of the year," she shared, her eyes misting over as she recalled her family's traditional pumpkin pie recipe. But her glucose readings were telling a clear story. her beloved pumpkin treats, were causing problems. The key to success isn't about completely eliminating these vegetables from your life. It's about understanding their impact and making informed choices. Think of it like managing your budget. Just as you wouldn't spend your entire paycheck in one day, you need to be strategic about how you spend your carbohydrate allowance. Let me share a powerful technique that many of my patients have found helpful. I call it the traffic light system. Imagine your vegetables divided into 3 categories. Green light vegetables, eat freely. Yellow light vegetables, eat in moderation. And red light vegetables, limit or avoid. This visual system makes it easier to make quick decisions while grocery shopping or planning meals. Let me walk you through how this traffic light system transformed Lisa's life. Lisa was a busy marketing executive who often found herself making quick decisions about food between meetings. Before learning this system, she told me, her voice filled with newfound confidence, I would grab whatever vegetable dish was available, thinking all vegetables were good choices. Now I know better. In the green light category, you'll find vegetables like leafy greens, bell peppers, cucumber, celery, and broccoli. These are your best friends, the ones you can eat freely without worrying about blood sugar spikes. Picture filling 3/4 of your plate with these vibrant, colorful options. Feel the crunch of fresh celery. Taste the peppery kick of arugula. Savor the subtle sweetness of bell peppers. These vegetables are not just safe for your blood sugar. They're packed with nutrients that actively help your body maintain better glucose control. Yellow light vegetables require a bit more attention. Think carrots, onions, and green peas. These can be included in your meals, but portion size becomes crucial. Rebecca, a nurse practitioner who struggled with portion control, found an ingenious solution. I started using my grandmother's old teacup as a measuring tool, she shared, her eyes lighting up as she described her strategy. 1 teacup of yellow light vegetables per meal keeps me on track without making me feel deprived. Then we have our red light vegetables, the ones we've discussed in detail. Potatoes, corn, sweet pumpkin varieties, cassava, beets, and parsnips. These aren't forbidden fruits, or vegetables in this case, but they require careful planning and strategic timing. Think of them as special occasion foods rather than daily staples. Let me tell you about James, a construction worker who thought he'd never get his diabetes under control because of his unpredictable schedule. I used to grab whatever I could during lunch breaks, he explained, wiping sweat from his brow as he recalled his struggles. Fast food, food truck meals, whatever was quick and filling. When we introduced him to meal prep using the traffic light system, everything changed. James started preparing mason jar salads for the week, layering green light vegetables with protein and healthy fats. The first time I checked my blood sugar after lunch and saw normal numbers, I almost cried, he admitted, his voice thick with emotion. I hadn't realized how much those starchy vegetables in my previous meals were affecting me. But this journey isn't just about eliminating foods. It's about finding exciting alternatives that satisfy both your taste buds and your blood sugar. Let's explore some creative swaps that my patients have discovered and grown to love. Instead of mashed potatoes, try mashed cauliflower with roasted garlic. Close your eyes and imagine the creamy texture, the rich aroma of roasted garlic wafting through your kitchen. Add a sprinkle of fresh herbs, a touch of grass-fed butter, and you've got a dish that can stand proud at any dinner table. For corn lovers, try grilled yellow squash or zucchini coin seasoned with your favorite spices. The natural sweetness of these vegetables comes through when grilled, providing that satisfying char and flavor without the blood sugar spike. One of my patients, Maria, hosts regular summer barbecues and started serving grilled vegetable platters instead of corn on the cob. At first, my family was skeptical, she recalled, laughing. Now they ask for the grilled vegetables specifically when autumn rolls around and pumpkin cravings hit. Consider roasted butternut squash in small portions, or better yet, experiment with pumpkin spice flavoring on roasted cauliflower or in chia seed pudding. You get the seasonal flavors you crave without compromising your blood sugar control. Let's talk about beets, which can be particularly challenging because of their natural sweetness. Instead of traditional beets, try roasted radishes. When roasted, radishes lose their sharp bite and develop a surprisingly sweet, earthy flavor, similar to beets. Plus, they take on that beautiful roasted color that makes your plate look just as appetizing. The key to success with these alternatives is preparation and mindset. Think of yourself as a culinary explorer, discovering new flavors and textures that might become your new favorites. Many of my patients have found that their taste preferences actually changed over time as they embraced these alternatives. Take David, for example, a former chef who was diagnosed with diabetes and initially felt like his world was ending. Food was my life, my passion, he shared, gesturing expressively as he spoke about his journey. I thought I'd have to give up everything I loved about cooking, but as he explored blood sugar-friendly alternatives, he discovered a whole new world of culinary possibilities. David now runs cooking workshops for other people with diabetes, teaching them how to make dishes that are both delicious and blood sugar-friendly. The look on people's faces when they taste cauliflower rice for the first time and realize it's actually delicious, that's what keeps me going, he says, beaming with pride. Let's break down some practical meal planning strategies that can make this transition easier. First, think about your week ahead. Just like you might plan your work schedule or your exercise routine, planning your meals is crucial for success. Start by making a list of green light vegetables you enjoy. These will form the foundation of your meals.